Siman Ein Beis. Very beginning of Kitzur, Spirit of the Law. Goydel Kedusha Shabbos. V'amchaloi Hareu Kama Eved B'Zorah B'Dei HaChana Shabbos. The greatness of the holiness of Shabbos, and that one who profanes it is like an idolater. And the halachas of preparing for Shabbos. First of all, in terms of just the title, there's something today called Tinik Shnishba. Probably all heard of it. When we talk about someone who, if you profane Shabbos, he's like totally, in a certain way, he's let go of his Jewishness. His Jewish identity is very hard for him to be holding on to the way it should be. When he's not holding Shabbos, it doesn't mean someone's never heard of Shabbos. He's doing heard a story like just up the block, there is strange people they like to yell at people. Usually, for most of us, you yell at somebody, it doesn't help. You never help anybody yelling at them. Usually you help someone by, strengthening them, I don't know. But anyway, people like to yell Shabbos, Shabbos. He's trying, the theory even isn't to help other guys to help me. If it bothers me, say Shabbos, so we'll take out. They're Musa safer, do something, don't just yell at the guys, they're going to help you more, won't it? But anyway, there are different ways of looking at it. I'm not saying, some of them are a little hard to understand, maybe a lot of them. But anyway, one way or the other, there was a story just up the block that near the area, near the city hall of the municipality of the Yerushalayim, where you had somebody getting in the car on Shabbos. And there was a protest or something, so someone came there. There was someone who saw this, a man, a woman, I don't know who was opening the car door on Shabbos. Here's one of these, yelling types, and started shouting, Shabbos, Shabbos! The person turned around, looked a little puzzled, and said, Atah Shabbos! He thought he was cursing him some curse. You know what Shabbos is? You're Shabbos! So, if someone doesn't know what Shabbos is, you can't call him anything because he did this, he did that. The guy didn't know. The Chazal said, Mom is clear. He didn't know what they're yelling at him. He's thinking, the guy's in his car thinking, what does he want? What's the guy want from him?
Where was it?
Chazal said, it was right here on Ship Israel, actually. Right here. Yeah,
maybe that's some American? Was it some...
No, some Israeli. Didn't know what Shabbos is. Shabbat, maybe. But Shabbos, what Shabbos? What he's talking about. What do I do? What do you want from my life? Shabbos, what's he... He's cursing me, he doesn't like me, I don't know what, no clue. The Chazal said it years ago also. He said, they're yelling, the guy in the car is wondering, what is the guy yelling about? What, did I run someone over? He doesn't know what he's talking about. What's the problem? He's completely clueless. Something like that. There's a story...
who told you this story?
I heard it from someone who saw it. His name was Schechter, I think. Nossin's Cheder Rebbe, right? He told us the story. In Kitahei, in Breslev Cheder. So I saw the story, I was like, interesting, But anyway, so Chazal Shmami said it, like literally. He said the person doesn't know anything about it, so it's not enough to tell somebody and say, who has no clue, comes from a back, doesn't know what Shabbos is. There's something called Shabbos here. He doesn't know what you're talking about. Like, you think you're maybe selling flowers. Like, what do you do? Are you okay? Like, what do you mean? The Chazal said it has to be, each person, you have to have the right approach with the right person, as long as it's needed for him to really get it, say, I really want to keep the Shabbos. Then if you start moving forward, then it's already, wait a minute, hey, this is serious. But if he doesn't gotten to that stage, it's not really, you can't really blame, like say, you don't keep Shabbos, you do keep Shabbos. But Shabbos is very, very essential for Jewish life. The Rav Shach would say that Shabbos is our flag. Jewish nation's flag is Shabbos. That's what keeps us, one of the determining factors of whether there's assimilation or not is Shabbos. If people really keep Shabbos strong, there's protection. It doesn't, without Shabbos, there's something very fast. It sinks very fast. Even the people who were keeping various times, they kept only what they called the written Torah. At least they kept Shabbos, they could hold on for a while. No Shabbos, very fast. 100 years, you don't have time. No time, it disappears. Shabbos is like something, one of the essential things. It's not just that it's really important. It's really, really, really essential. It's very, very, very important. It's very, very precious. So it's not a simple thing. But it's just, even the title, some people start saying, wow, what does this mean? My neighbor, he's, I don't know, he's adultery. He's he's Jewish. Well, he's not Jewish. So first of all, the guy, he doesn't know about it. He doesn't know about it. That's number one. And then we start seeing it all the time. That's part of being Jewish. Yeah, it doesn't mean no, certainly not. No, screaming. They asked Rav Yashar about the screaming. They said, what's the deal with screaming in Shabbos? He said, in Israel, so again, what is it today? Maybe there are people who might argue about this. This is a very big point of contention. But Rabbi Yeshua said, listen, if not, he called a place called Kitzur Shabbos in Gula. He said, if not for the yelling that went on there, people would have specifically, purposely driven like hundreds of cars through just to get on people's nerves. So what do you do when you have people like that? There's no choice but to yell. He said, so I can't say it's forbidden to yell Shabbos when you're dealing with people like that. I don't know if he ever went. I mean, he wouldn't suggest go and you have to go. I wouldn't say you have to go, but you can understand when you deal with someone that's such a diehard, it's very hard to deal with someone like that in another way. So, I don't know.
It's political, it's not.
Rav Shach was very against...
The whole screaming, I think it's political. There were fights about Bar Ilan closing the streets.
No, also, yeah, they want
to keep the status quo.
They're trying to, but it's the part of the idea is, that's very crazy. You can't say, can you say it's forbidden to protest already? Without that, there'd be purposeful for people to come from kibbutzim in the south and the north, specifically to drive through the streets of Me'ashon and make sure it's still ethnically what they want. You know, it's like come on, live. No, not live like me. It's very hard to do with people like this. Again, he didn't say you have to go or anybody. He didn't say it's forbidden. It's a little hard when there's a normal feeling situation here. Just a Shabbos is due to these protests. Again, I don't, Rav Shach was very against all these extra protests. He said that what they do is they devalue when there's protests. So it was, another protest, another one. Every week, you can't make a protest every week because it doesn't do anything. It's no longer, when we make a big protest, but people really get to, the Yashas is a protest, there's like 500,000 people, every day or more. So that makes a big wow. But like, if it's every 2 days, no one's going to show up. It becomes it cheapens it. So it's not worthwhile. It's just not worth it. It's not smart.
There are protests where there are women say...
There are those. Not too many. Last time was Emmanuel was the last time. And there was another time where they tried to draft against drafting and different things.
There was one big one by the parade.
The parade, there was also one here. There were different ones that they did. It wasn't as big, I think. But they were different. There were different places.
Oh, they're trying to do a draft again now. The voting on different. This week I just read. I think the law expiring, the drafting.
Yeah, maybe doing another one. We'll see what they do. But actually, that's one of the things we need to know about Shabbos. A little bit. Shabbos, something to feel home. I don't know. It is the different approaches. And I always say that the only time I heard someone say Shabbos that helped was that once Rabbi Koenig in Tzvas was already, I guess he wasn't feeling well, he was walking a little bit slowly, whatever it was, I don't know. Anyway, someone was driving along in Tzvas, and he nodded to him and said something. He didn't yell, he said the window, my guest was open, and he might have heard him, but he didn't hear him. So the guy stopped me, my person. He gets out, he asks him, what did he say to me? He said, put Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom. So this guy did tshuva. That's not bad. That can work. But yelling Shabbos, I haven't yet heard a story like that. Not yet. So maybe, I don't know. I haven't heard such a thing. So anyway, actually, that's the. So we'll start the first very beginning. Shabbos, Kodesh Lois Hagadol Ba'abrish Shenachnu LeKodesh Baruch Hu. Shabbos is the great sign and the covenant that Hashem gave us. To know that in 6 days Hashem made the heavens and the earth, everything in them, Shabbos, the Yom Shvi, and he rested on the seventh day. Who is Yisod Hamunah? This is the foundation of Emunah. Shabbos is equal in a certain way to all the mitzvahs. This is very, very interesting. Shabbos is Yisod Hamunah. Clearly, a person on Shabbos has to work hard to feel that emunah. You have to focus on what Shabbos is about and what it really means. Not only it's very, very beautiful to be careful of all the halachas. It's very, very essential, very important, keeping what Hashem wants. But bottom line, we have to work very much that there should be emunah. We should be zocheh to emunah. It's to get all the other mitzvahs. And certainly, when a person keeps Shabbos, he's holding up all the mitzvahs. So every Shabbos that we keep, we have to have tremendous appreciation and a lot of joy. Say, wow, I did all the mitzvahs today. Amazing time, amazing thing. Kol Shabbos is Shabbos kilchasa. Kilim kaim kol Torah kula. Everyone who did the keep Shabbos is proper. It's as if he kept the whole Torah. B'chol mechal Shabbos ki'ilu kafim b'chol Torah kula. Anybody who violates the Shabbos is like he rejected the entire Torah. V'chein o'em be'ezro bi'al. Sinai, comes out of Ezra. Went down on Sinai, he gave them straight mishpatim, that's the word yisharim. Yosher means upright rules and true Torahs, and you revealed to them, you told them about Shabbos. See, Shabbos is connected to all the Torah. So that's very, very powerful, one of the most powerful ways of, people, we all have our faults, we all have our plus, our minuses, ups and downs. So what do you do? What do I do? What do I do when I see I have a weakness and it's just, I want to do tshuva and it goes one day better, one day worse. What do I do in the intro? I want to have a way of dealing with it. How do I deal with this problem? I have this problem. How do I deal with it? I want to deal with it in a good way. So I'm working on it. So first of all, we know, like Ray Nachman says many, many times, this idea in many different ways. Us and the rest of also that God is not a tyrant. You shouldn't feel like Hashem standing over a person with a machine gun and isn't doing things like that, right? This sounds that's Hashem gives us time, Hashem gives us a lot of opportunities, a lot of chances. But on the other hand, I want to do something to deal with, like I want to finish, I want to seal the week. We feel like we want like sort of a little Yom Kippur every week or something. We want something to like get rid of all the various. So there are a lot of opportunities how to get rid of all the various. One of them is called Shabbos. We keep Shabbos the right way, with the focus that I want to cleanse. Everything's wet clean. That's very, very powerful. One of the most powerful ways of coming to tshuva and being the way I need to be is through Shabbos. That's what Shabbos is about. That's what it means. Just clean everything. It's a very, very special opportunity. So the spiritual greatness which I can achieve through Shabbos is something which is very, very hard to even begin to fathom. The Ri says, the Tzaddik brings also this idea that on Shabbos you're going to a place before the sin of Adam and Eve and Adam and Eve, before there was the whole creation fell. Before the fall, in a certain way we get back. We're back there. Just for the Shabbos, just for the little time, it's called Meir Mabal. It's like the next world. I have to grab hold and do my best to hang on and connect to the holiness of Shabbos. There's a beautiful story, a wonderful story from the Rebbe Shmelka that I said it before, I don't remember, but Rebbe Shmelka, he told a story. He said once, someone came to his house and he needed food. Rebbe Shmelka was very poor. He was over in the Kitzur. They didn't give him a big salary. Every penny virtually gave to poor people, as much as he could give to poor people. People, when you go to this house, you get whatever there is. So the person at the door, the Rebbe Shmelka was a poor person, he has nothing to give him. The Rebbe, my wife has a piece of jewelry she keeps under her pillow. I'll give him that. So he went and he took the jewelry out, gives the poor man, as he's leaving, smiling, he's thrilled, it looks really valuable. As he's leaving, Rebbe Shmelka's wife walks into the house, like she sees this poor man lit up, and she figures out she's not stupid. My husband gives away whatever he had. What did he give me? There's nothing in the house. He must have given my jewelry. So she came in, she said, did you give away my whatever was it, necklace, my bracelet, the one valuable thing we have in the house? He said, yes. So she said, that's fine, of course, you want to support a poor person, but I don't think that was right because it's worth 300 rand thing. 300 gold pieces, he's going to sell it for 20, he's going to be ripped off. Why should I support? Today you want to give a poor person and give him money, fine, but why should we support some jeweler? He's like, oh, you're right. I'm so sorry, that was a big mistake. He starts running after the poor person. So what do you think the poor person thinks when he sees this guy give him this really valuable thing? He's running after him. What is his immediate thought? He says, he's coming to take it back. He starts to run. He's running away. Oh, no, he gave it to me. It's too late. The guy's coming, running. He's running. Till finally he caught him. Oh, no, what's he say? Listen, don't be a fool. Sell it for the right price. 300. Don't sell it for this little drink. It's worth a lot of money. And he left. So, how do we know this story? The Rebbe Shmelka told that story at his dish to the Chassidim, and he said, this is the same thing with Shabbos. Shabbos Kodesh, you have to know, listen, we want to connect to the aura, the holiness, the kedusha, the beauty of Shabbos. Sometimes we have this opportunity every Shabbos, and we're selling it for this little trinket, like the kugel, that's not what Shabbos is about. Shabbos is about deep spiritual connection and being uplifted. That's what Shabbos is. We shouldn't sell it. We shouldn't be like that. We sell, the only thing we have is Shabbos, we sell for nothing. We have to connect to Hashem, we have to be uplifted, we have to connect to the deep beauty of the Torah and of what it means to be a Jew. That's what Shabbos is. That's what Shabbos means. And that's what we're trying to do on Shabbos. So, That's the first halacha of the Shabbos. Okay, that's it. I don't want to we'll do iron base. Base, for Shabbos. Anyone who violates Shabbos in public is like a adulterer in every way. Touches wine, he prohibits he bakes bread, it's also problematic. Just like a non-Jew's bread, it's not a baker's bread, it's a problem. Same thing, a non-Jew's dish that he cooks is a problem. It's a problem because it says that it brings earlier that there's a special protection in food. That's basically it. Food that's a very special. If we eat food that's proper, that's a very special thing to do. If we miss out, we're a little bit in trouble. We're weakened. So this is a non-Jew cooks of food that wasn't edible raw. There are different rules. Well, there are different rules, what exactly and how exactly. But generally speaking, that's not allowed. That's you're not allowed. You're not allowed to eat. That's the how. That's the where. How can you? What can you? There are different ways. But
wasn't it was gesagt als chasna, no?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say.
So
now.
why did they make?
No, that's what I'm trying to say now. So the Ramchal first of all brings says also the wine. The wine is also not allowed. So it says because Chas v'Shalom, a person could come to, this is also a sugya a bit, but because it could come to intermarry. That's what it says. So first of all, before discussing this any further, the big question everyone asks is what is behind intermarriage? Like, you have a person who's a good person, and you have a couple, they seem happy. What's the problem? What's so it's so bad? What's so bad? What is the problem from a Jewish perspective? The deeper works. I don't say polygamy. So well, she's not Jewish. Children aren't Jewish. It's a problem. We see there's a problem. You say what's behind the problem? Just because God said so, God certainly said so. We have a little understanding of what's exactly behind it. And that is because I have to know that every human being, Jew or non-Jew, has an neshama. We all have a soul, different levels of soul, depending on where a person is. So, when a person has a Jewish soul, it's very, very special. But even a non-Jewish soul has its own specialness, and if that human being, that non-Jew, did something from a sincere place, sincere to be good, whatever it may be, if it's a kindness, trying to help somebody else, whatever it may be, to really for good, that soul has an eternal connection to God, which can't be broken. That means, if a person leaves the world, his soul is going to have an eternal connection to God. Okay, but there's a Jewish soul is called an activated soul. The Maharal explains that the Neshama Jew is something. There's a fire in the soul of a Jew which makes it exceptional. Like you can find a non-Jewish soul like that, but it's like usually because of experience, what it went through, very, very unusual. By a Jew, that's why when Jews we see that there's a lot more charity going on, a lot more achievement, incredible achievement which can't be explained. Oh, it's just a Jewish couple. It doesn't begin to explain what you hear. I forgot who it was. A person from one of the Asian countries. He said when he heard so much about Jews and what Jews did, he was sure it must be at least the size of China. It must be. Jews must be this huge, vast place, a billion people at least. They're doing so much. It's impossible. Whatever, this percent, a third of them Nobel prizes in this, and then this much in this, and it's like this tiny little whatever. What is it? 14th of a percent or something? Like this tiny little. I don't know what exactly. Eighth of this little. It doesn't make sense.
How many percent?
The amount, I don't remember. It's less than a tenth, I think, of 1%. It's like very tiny.
Of the world.
Of the whole world. And you say, how do they do so much? A third of all, how did it be? It just doesn't make sense. The charity also, every good cause also, you have a lot of Jews. What are these Jews doing here? What do they care about suffrage? What do they care about slavery? About black rights? But what do they care? Like, what does that have to do? What does it bother a Jewish soul? What does it matter? I'm not talking about even in certain people, religious or not religious. Just being a Jew, there's something there. It's exceptional. That's when Allah said it's a fire. That's the idea of being chosen. But the soul's on fire. There's a fire. There's a fire. There's a drive. There's a special drive there. And he says if it's misused, it becomes a great criminal. Unfortunately, sadly, and a very, very good criminal. If this is misused, misdirected. If it's directed for good, it becomes good. It's a very, very unusual town. That's what Jewish soul is about. So that for a Jewish soul, what a Jewish soul usually gets to or should get to, it's only unusual non-Jewish soul gets. It's something that's called Olam Haba, next world. That means that the body wakes up. And there's something called Tchisa Mesa. That's something which a non-Jew can get to, but he's got to work hard. And a Jew, it has to work hard to break it, if he can. It's not even clear what he can. It's not so clear how the exact parameters. Can you root it? Can you? How much? In what way? They're different. It's not. It's specific. It's a very, very hidden question. But in any event, a Jewish soul is activated. It's something that's alive. It's something that's vital in a way that a non-Jewish soul is not yet there. You have to get there somehow. So that doesn't really, unfortunately, it doesn't go down to the children. So in terms of intermarriage, there's something there which is missing. The Rambam says it's something which, and the lost in a certain way more than anything possible. As a person, something's lost there. And it's too bad to lose that. Why should one lose that? Again, if a non-Jew has an unusual soul, it's for two reasons or three. Which the third is a combination, either because of various experiences, or because the soul has very special spots which very often the person feels drawn to convert. That also is something unusual. But if not, so then the person doesn't have that drive. So it's a terrible loss. It's a pity. It's a terrible loss. Why should you lose that? Why should the child lose out? Why should the child lose that? In terms of having a non-Jewish father, also there's a certain loss because this is another sugya which, while we're on the topic, may as well talk about it. It's very interesting in terms of being a person who's twin converts. To say, his parents aren't his parents anymore. In a certain way, somehow, he's born now, and not a parent, not a sister, not a brother. He's like special somewhere else because he's Jewish. The question is, what does that mean? Either is also a very interesting question. What happened? What? Check his DNA. What happened to change? Like, what do you mean? It's not his parents. What's his parents? Where did he spring from? It's not his mother's womb. What do you mean? Of course they're his parents. So the answer is that, generally speaking, when a person, the Ri explains that when a person is born, he has in him from his mother and from his father. That's what he has. That goes with him at all times. So when a person is elevated, he converts. So he gets to a place, he gets to a point where his soul has been activated. So what was in him from before it's totally not important. He's like in a different, higher place. The same thing when there's a non-Jewish father, also there's something, it's like that activated part is only from the mother. So there's something, it's exactly, I can't say it's missing. It's like not as strong in a certain way, so he can make up for it, he can draw more, he can get there, but it's not something also, this idea, this concept of this, it's not the same. It's not quite the same. It's something easy. Why should she not give her child the opportunity from both ways? So sometimes a person is challenged, when they have to show them the challenge, it's higher. That's also a rule. Sometimes the medrash is a different context. So when the neshama is challenged, so it's a higher neshama, it's not a lower neshama. This is challenged. Especially when you're challenged, it gets higher. But on the other hand, it's not, why not give the child the best opportunity? That's the bottom line. So anyway, why is this? What does it have to do with what we're talking about Shabbos? So the nice thing, like I said, the Gemara said these things they bring up in terms of to come to intermarry. So the Ramchal first of all says all of these things. The Gemara says one rule. It's only one reason. It's only one reason, not the reason. There's lots of other reasons. So according to it messes the person up. Makes things difficult. Shlomo Zalman Auerbach explained that what it means, it doesn't mean you or me necessarily. You or me, maybe a person say, well, I live in a place, I'm not married. All right, that's not going to happen. So I can drink non-Jewish wine. I can eat non-Jewish bread. No. So usually, on a simple level, we say, look, there's no difference. That was the creed. It doesn't matter. It relates to us anyway. But on a deeper level, Shlomo Zalman explained that when a person indulges in these different things, his weaker brothers and sisters, they're the ones who have a harder time. And it becomes harder for them. If we strengthen ourselves, it becomes easier for them. That's the bottom line. That's
sisters?
The people, the Yidden, other Yidden, Yiddish Kinderlach, wherever they are, they have a hard time. And if they have a hard time, if we're stronger in these areas, so we help them. And if not, so then it's easier for them to fall away. That's how he explains. So we'll just
The wine is not because intermarriage. The
Huh?
wine is because of Avodah Zarah, no?
the wine. It's also because chasnas though. Depends what. But yeah, it's also because chasnas. It's also because of possible what
Is it okay
Yeah.
if the
Well, then maybe
the
we'll see
Mechal
what
Shabbos
difference-
opens the bottle?
No.
Why?
No. Because the minute
It's
it's
not touching.
even picking up an open bottle is no good.
Mapito.
I think so. I think so.
Touching the wine, no. You will never
If it's
be able.
open.
You will never be able
An
to.
opened
If it's open,
bottle.
if it's open.
Picking up an
No,
open
in front
bottle.
of me. I want him to open the bottle in front of me.
In front
In
of
a
you.
restaurant, I went to a restaurant and
No.
they bring a closed bottle and
No.
the waiters ask if I wanted to open the bottle.
Can he pour you the wine? Can he shake the wine?
I'm asking if she
She's
wanted to
not
open
gonna
the
She's
bottle.
not shake the wine.
It's
So why
closed
can't
bottle.
she-
It's a
So
closed
she opened
bottle.
it. Didn't she open it?
No,
Yeah,
she
problem.
gave me to open the bottle.
It was closed before
It was
you
closed
got-
before.
Oh, as long as she's
She's in
closed,
front
she's no
of me.
problem.
She's in front of me. And she asked me, "Do you want me to open?" I said, "I know. I will open it." So I opened it. But I'm asking if she could ever open it.
I don't think so. I think
I don't know why. Well, she's not touching the wine.
It doesn't matter. That's why I said, if you she shakes it. It's
Shake what? The open
the
bottle. An open bottle.
A closed bottle doesn't help. Open bottle helps.
What
without a
change
cork.
if it? Yeah. What
What
changes?
changes?
if
Because that's the rules of their Indian. Doesn't work if it's sealed. It has to be open. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But that's the rule. That was the rules of,
Once
of
it's open-
sanctifying wine at Talmud Zohar. It has to do with, again, is this wine basically the idea of? Okay, so we have to talk about what wine is if you want. It's like
No, lo mevushal.
yeah, no, even not nevushal. No, we're talking about nevushal, of course. But the idea of what wine, like why do we use wine for kiddush? What is wine about? Why after wine? Specifically, wine was to be like hey, it's wine. How do you have to find it? It's the meal. What is wine? Why have to drink a cup of wine? So wine is, if you're hopefully you won't going to be uplifted by the wine. That's what the Kitzur says. That really wine is very dangerous, very very dangerous beverage. It's very dangerous. It's really we wouldn't want to don't even drink one cup. Like one cup even, it's very dangerous. You have to be. He said, but because you want to get down the hashpos of Shabbos, we want to connect to the light of Shabbos. We almost have no choice. You have to try. You have to try because it's hard without being uplifted by the wine. So wine uplifts a person. It's according to one opinion, wine is what they use. Adam and Chava. That was what they messed up with. These grapes. Wine is a dangerous food. It's like not a simple thing. So we want to be uplifted. We want to uplift the. So the Gemara says it's called tirosh. Tirosh is either tierosh, which means be the head, be uplifted to be the head, to be who you're supposed to be a head, basically, or tiarash, which means be destitute and poor and foolish and lose out. They're like kind of balanced. So the idea of the wine is very not simple. It's the person who drinks wine, who drinks non-Jewish wine. But Halacha brings this mimer that it says he's not going to drink from the Yabrim or Shumalos and Lovo. He's going to lose out on getting the wine in the next book. Again, what does that mean? Wine. It doesn't mean a great l'chaim. It means something very deep spiritually, which represents. We want to get to this place. So it's very, very not simple. There are all different halachas when it is and when it isn't. But even though no one's thinking into it today, you have no doubt in your mind whatsoever. Some nice Jewish Catholic nice Catholic person, nice. Whoops, that was a little mistake. It doesn't matter. Nice, nice this one, nice that one, whatever that. Wasn't for sure. It wasn't a question of halacha. He's not sanctifying wine. He's not saying anything. Oh, this would be libations. Presumably not. It's not in his rules. He might even know what you're talking about. Or an atheist, fine. Atheist is better. So he says, oh, see, nice guy. Yeah, it could be a nice Jewish atheist. Anyway, whatever it is, so he's not shaking the wine, opening a bottle to mess with. Oh, I'm gonna get the wine. He doesn't care about your wine. Maybe he wants to drink. It's like cheers, l'chaim, whatever he'll say. Fine. But he's not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to use the wine. Yeah, there's a special kind of defilement that comes with it. The reason why it's the other way. The reason why they used wine for their thing was because they could affect the wine, and they thought of it because they already had a shlita. How do you say shlita? They already had certain power over the wine, so then they used that in their idolatry, but not that it didn't exist anyway. That's it. So then there are all the different halachas when he did it, and even if he didn't do it, since he can do it, it gets worse. That's the basic answer. So there's certainly it has a koach. Everything that has a koach, that's Rishkan Zonenfeld. Rav Lezer Bender was very he liked to tell this over. in Bresler Shul. There's was Hans Sonnenfeld that said, why don't you speak Hebrew? You're Lashon HaKodesh. Why don't you speak Yiddish? So he said, listen, you know, this halach, you're supposed to make Kiddush on wine. Wonderful. He said, what happens if a guy touches the wine? So you use the chalas, you can't use the wine. It's the best thing. He said, it's the best thing, but if it's defiled, it's no good. He said, the same thing. Lashon HaKodesh is wonderful, but for right now, unfortunately, it's leading people to secular places. So we use Yiddish, and it's defiled. You know, it's not that something's better, but it's better doesn't mean better. If it's potentially better, it also has the potential to go further down. Like my father, you should be well, likes to say, in Israel we have the Dead Sea is the lowest place in the world. Not you have to be careful. It's not a potential for holiness, but you can very easily fall away and really go down, sink far. It's a good part. I mean, like it's a true thing. It's not a simple thing. That's the
line to the
mamish to the mamish. It's the highest spiritual
half
place.
an hour.
But it's mamish exactly. It's not simple. So that's the thing. So that's what we're talking about here. So fine. So what does it mean? A person specifically he violates Shabbos in public. It means in front of 10 Jews. He doesn't care. He doesn't feel embarrassed about it. So he's in trouble. Doesn't mean specifically if you're in front of them. They know about it. He goes into the room. It's full of smoke. He's smoking. It's not. Again, now we're talking about someone who goes to Shabbos. He feels the light of Shabbos. Rav Soloveitchik would say a person who had a Torah education and understands the beauty and the awe and the connection, the whole Torah from when he's a little kid up. That's what we're talking about. He really knows, and he says, "No, I want to drop it." So that's already someone. You know what it is. So what do you drop? It's very rare to find today, even among people who fell who were religious. That's how he would explain it. Esther Pearson have Yasar Yisrael It's Parson fine. Said Esther. It said it was well known that she was married to a non-Jew. So what? That's the Gemara asks. You see, known. That's what he wants to take out of that. Known is something which is known. Something that's well known is people know about it. Not that people saw what exactly they did. You know, she's married to him. It's obvious that they're married. That's the. It was a very unusual circumstance, situation. So that's Pri Megadim also says that 10 Jews know about it. Yeah. So then,
that's the
yeah. The person has to know about this. So they know about it. That's enough. Again, this is an idea. A person we have to know that where the person's holding, who the person is before we decide, work out what his situation if we even can.
Because there's a lot of Jews who, let's say, know about Shabbos, because I guess intellectually, but they never really felt Shabbos growing up. Like in the household, it wasn't really like a spiritual thing for them. So would they count under that too? Like be considered, so to speak, almost idolaters if they fall away, so to speak?
No.
Even if they grew up religious,
that's what came from Soloveitchik. But it depends. It's very hard to work out. I don't know if we can work out. I think, like I said, the Chazon Ish said at the time about working on who is a Tikkun Shmoneh. He said you really almost need a Sanhedrin to work each person, what his background is, and who is he, and what does he feel, and what's he like. It's not so easy to say you are, you aren't. That's what Rav Nassim would say. He said, I can say Pshat and the hardest Ram Shiv. Ram Shiv is a very difficult commentary. And back to the Gemara, it's sort of like the Marshal, but it's very hard.
So you really it's like how you really can't be judging anyone. So you really can't,
exactly.
You couldn't apply this to anyone really.
It's very, very difficult. I mean, it's not so simple. There are those who say differently, but the pashtus, the way we go to Shomzam Robach and those the most poskim, that's how it comes out. The mice is very, Chazon Ish also, it's very hard to apply in reality. I'd say this, I can adulter. But the Rav Nassim said, I can find this even the Horace Mam Shiv. He said, but to work out the key to another Jew's heart, I can't. I have no idea. No way of. And that's what the Chazon Ish is talking about, really. Finding the way where he really gets it and says, Shabbos Kodesh, and then it's like, what happened? Like, to really, really know, it's like, that's hard to know. Because he said, the way the key to another Jew's heart is how to get to a broken heart, again, without breaking him. So like, how do you figure that one out? That's very, very difficult. That's where you got to be in a place where you know what it's about. Hashem Shabbos B'zocha, the Shabbos Kodesh.